Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are already subscribed, but if you're new here, welcome to the Big Man's World's YouTube, I was about to say Instagram, a YouTube channel where it's quite different to my website, which is a food blog, and I share lots of recipes on there, but I want to use Instagram to do some of my, I just said Instagram again, YouTube, to really show behind the scenes, but also do more fun sort of stuff that a lot of you guys have requested. And a big one has been what I eat in a day, but doing a little twist to them. So we've done the fiber one, we've done the protein one. In the protein one, I did say that I was going to discuss a little bit more where the direction I'm going in terms of fitness and food, because it is about to be a little bit more structured than it has been. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a naturally built up person, for better or for worse. But I've done it before. Like, I've gone through phases where I've, been able to put on a decent amount of mass, especially on my upper body. But I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with, not so much bodybuilding, but putting on muscle, is that you have to be so consistent, like super, super consistent. And I've gone through bouts of being really consistent. I've done 6 months, 12 months, even a year and a half of, being really, really good. But in the last couple of years, especially that I've gotten older as well, the nature of my job and, being at an age where I love to go out and eat and have a croissant all the time, it can kind of hinder goals, right? And what I found in the last couple of years, I have, I've done really, really great work in terms of like working out and eating really, really well and eating to meet a certain caloric goal to put on mass. But then I'd go overseas for a couple of weeks and I would lose it all, if that makes sense. Because for me, it takes a lot of work to put on some muscle, but I lose it really, really fast. If I don't keep it up, if I don't exercise, if I don't lift really heavy, if I don't eat enough, it all goes by the wayside. So I have started as of maybe a week ago, like really, really trying to eat more than I typically would. I probably give it a couple of weeks of tracking my macros just to make sure I'm eating enough, because even though I work with food and I'm really, really experienced with recipes, development, all that sort of stuff, and I can eyeball things really, really well, there just happens to be times where, I miss a meal or I honestly am not super hungry, which is something that I remember other times that I would do these, go through like a bulking phase where I would feel full all the time. And it's been hard to sort of go back to that, but I'm motivated to get into it. And I thought for this video, we can together track a full day of food and see if we can reach a caloric goal, which, being super transparent, I'm trying to hit at least 2,800 calories a day. That's the minimum. So if I go above that, that's fine. Oh, not so much above that. Like, I wouldn't be going like 4,000 calories a day, but if I go to like 2,900, 3,000, that's okay. I just need to try and meet that goal, which is a lot harder than it sounds, especially when you're trying to balance eating, relatively healthy, but also, having a bit of fun, because I'm still going to eat, my croissants and my pizza and all that sort of stuff. So today's video, we are going to track a full day of food, and we are also going to see if I get enough protein in a day naturally with the food that I would typically eat in a day. I am going to weigh everything out so we have a really good understanding of how much I'm actually taking in, and see if we can make those goals. Sorry, Kewpie is fighting with the towel. Kewpie. He knows he's doing something naughty. All right, we're going to start by prepping breakfast, which I actually already have one in the fridge ready to eat, but I didn't film it when I made it, so we are going to make it together. I've made this before in another video, but Cupie. Okay, he was having a little moment with his towel. So we are making overnight oats, which, as I was saying before, I have made before, but this time we are going to use slightly different ingredients to compensate for extra calories and extra protein as well. Starting with Chobani Greek yogurt. I usually go for like the non-fat one, but this is the whole milk one, which, yes, it tastes better if I wasn't eating it for breakfast. I just don't really love the taste of it first thing in the morning. But when you add berries and stuff, it's okay. Cupie. I'm gonna ignore him. And we are still using the same oats that I did last time. I will kind of go through it again, but it is these high protein oats, but like the big bowls. So they're not your standard pack. Cupie, oh gosh. What are you doing? He's got this thing where he likes to dance with the towel. And he's crying until I do it. Okay, gosh, he is full of energy today. Let me place this back. Yeah, I'm just gonna do one. Cupie, stop it. I'm gonna do one packet. Stop. And we add chia seeds. So I'm gonna measure all this out. So got the oats, got the chia seeds, got the yogurt. I've got some milk in here. It's the same one I showed you guys last time. It's a high protein almond milk. And I'm gonna add peanut butter and then top it with berries. There we go. So here is one I prepared earlier. As you can see, it's different berries to what I did in the prep before, but exactly the same macros, same ingredient proportions. The only difference is the berries. So, which I'll take into account when I do the calculation at the end. So I'm gonna dig in and then I'll touch base with you when I eat next. Alright, so I've been working for a few hours now and I definitely need some coffee. I'm just going to show you what we have, but we have bought this simple coffee machine because we were spending so much money on coffees every single day, sometimes multiple coffees a day. So I was like, you know what, let's get a coffee machine. So there's one at the house here and one in the work studio. And yeah, I make a cappuccino or a latte every single day. And I actually still get one out when I'm out. So it kind of defeated the purpose, but this is great. So back to work, but I've got my cappuccino. I'll add it to my MyFitnessPal to be able to track this as well, because I think that's what they always say, is that you like drinks and stuff that you kind of forget about, that you just don't track. That's so good. I love to have them in, I'm really particular about my coffee. When I get it out, it needs to be strong. When I have it at home, it's strong, but it's also hot. It needs to be hot, so I put it in a keep cup. The reason why when I get a coffee out, I don't ask for it extra hot as well, is I feel like I'm being super annoying, and I don't want to be like, can I get a strong, skinny, extra hot cappuccino? I feel like they'd be like, you're annoying, stop that. So I don't ever ask for it extra hot, but at home, I can make it extra hot. This is something that I learned when I was doing some research for the protein, what I ate in a day months ago, is that to me, skim milk and full cream milk taste exactly the same. There's no difference. but skim milk has more protein in it. I couldn't really taste the difference of flavor. So there's my little thing that I found out, but I'm going to enjoy this and I'm going to finish doing my morning bit of work before I start doing some shooting, and then we'll do lunch, I think. So between my coffee break and the rest of the day, I did not really talk at all. It's all clips. So I wanted to touch base on you guys on everything that we ate and whether or not we met the caloric goal. And spoiler alert, we didn't. We didn't, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that. And it was actually a really good learning curve for me. The first is we actually had to go to the work office because we were spending a week there to get a lot of work done. So we weren't in my house. So it's an hour and a half sort of drive away. And when you take other things into account, planning meals or eating a snack just kind of goes by the wayside. And a second reason is because we were going down there, I wanted to eat whatever leftovers I had in the fridge, which kind of threw my plans for the day out the window. When in the morning I was like, all right, I might have this for lunch and then make this for dinner. It didn't really go according to plan, which that's life, right? Like that sort of happens. But then it goes to the other side of the coin. And when I say that I want to make an effort to bulk up, for example, I need to be hitting these goals. And things like this is what sort of ultimately sets me back, especially if it's done consistently, which in admission, it has been. Last weekend I had some friends over for the weekend and we didn't eat the healthiest and probably skipped a couple of meals here and there. It happens and that's life. But again, with a physical goal like that, like nutrition is such an important one. So it's actually got me thinking that I'm actually going to do another video, what I ate in a day, where we're actually going to hit the goal that I needed to eat, which was, I think it was 2,800 calories a day. So grand total was 2,350. So I did undereat by 450 calories. And it wasn't, I didn't really feel hungry throughout the day. It just was, I ate what was there and didn't think too much about it. So I'll go through the meals that I ate. So for lunch, going back on the leftovers thing, I had fried spaghetti noodles, which is this thing that my mum makes. My mum has a Persian background, so it's something that I grew up eating a lot, and it's pretty much like a spaghetti bolognese, but you pan fry it and you put like crispy potatoes at the bottom. It's really good. So I had some of that, and then I had some teriyaki cod. So I guess in some ways I did make an effort to get a fair bit of protein in with every meal. I didn't snack between lunch and dinner. I don't remember filming anything. Dinner, I had Japanese curry with some rice. In the curry, I put obviously the chicken, there was carrots, and there was cauliflower. Was it onion? I don't think there was onion. I don't think I'll ever make it like that again. I usually do it with potatoes and onion, or I do just cauliflower. It was good. It was fine. It just wasn't what it typically should be. And then for dessert, I've got some here. These, which are peanut butter pretzels. I think I was watching The Bear, and I ate these. I ate 12 maybe. It doesn't really say how many calories are in each one. They just give like a weighted measurement for them. But that was my food for the day. And yeah, as I said, it was under the limit, but I did make sure to choose, a bit of protein with everything I ate. So it was an eye-opener for me because I go through bouts of when I'm lifting weights that I'm stagnant, or sometimes I just don't have the energy. And I guess this sort of shows, this was an under-eating day. There's probably, a couple more days that are similar to that in a week. So while there's some days where I'm sticking to the goal, there's some that's under. So progression is stagnant the whole time. So the next video that we do, I'm going to stick to the 2,800 or at least 2,800 calories. I'm going to write a proper plan for the day, and we are going to stick to it, and I'm going to film it. And yeah, talk you through what I eat in a typical day that actually sticks to those calories. And I think we'll also do a day where I eat more and a day with those calories which are like plant-based or vegetarian, just so you guys can get some ideas too, because I know a lot of you guys do weightlifting as well, or loosely track a fitness plan. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it we didn't meet the goal that was set, but that's life. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. There's lots more interesting content to come. I'm going to put myself under various experiments. I don't know if you can hear QP snoring. I'm just looking for a walk, so he's a bit tired. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video.